everybody's just so focused on you need to go to college and you need to get that degree and it's gonna benefit you in the future. And okay, it might benefit me in the future, but when does the future start? Because I'm 25, I've been graduated for a couple of years now, and I feel like I am in such a dead end that it's never gonna look up.
So it is interesting that at a time when it's never been more important, it's also becoming less reachable. And I think that's really the crux of both the national policy debate and the issue. If this is so important to us as a society, how do we make sure that everybody who wants that opportunity can get it?
You're starting with $80,000 of debt. Like that's a way different thing than starting with nothing. And like all we hear about is 60-year-old men telling us they started with nothing and look what they've built. Well, they didn't start with a negative. And that's a lot different.
One of my loans, which is actually the one that my master's degree is tagging into, is already upwards of $65,000. And that's just one of them. I have another one that's out for 35 or something like that. It's obscene. The whole thing is just ridiculous.
People many times open the bill and they go, oh, how am I going to manage? How am I going to manage that? That is another reason why this financial literacy, not just for students, but for parents, becomes so important.
When I was going to college, in my head, the only thing I was concerned with was, okay, this is how much I owe this year. How am I going to get that money?
You get out of school and 6 months later the bills start coming. You're making $8 an hour and you're expected to pay all these bills and pay your student loans. And sometimes you have to make choices about which bill am I going to pay late this month. Then your credit starts getting damaged. Now your credit's damaged and 2 years later you're going for a car, you have bad credit. And it's not that those things weren't being paid, but there wasn't flexibility there to figure it out. And they give you you can postpone your debt and stuff like that, but then it's just on the backside of that you end up paying more. So I don't know, it's like being trapped.
From a financial standpoint, I regret it 100%. There is nothing more frustrating to me than to be able to wake up in the morning and go to job number one and then have to worry about leaving that job to go to a second job, coming home, worrying about how much time I have between being able to shower or maybe treat myself to dinner at a normal time and then have to fall asleep and wake up and do it all over again. And know that the only reason why I'm having to do that and why I don't have time to actually sit back and enjoy the house that I have or the friends that I've made in college is because I'm constantly working to be able to pay for that loan.